Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another blue collar endurance training video, and today we got a little double workout. So we're about 8 weeks out from the Valencia Half-marathon, a little bit less, and a lot of times when you'll see people do double workouts, it's usually double threshold. So 5 by 2K in the morning, 10 by K in the evening, something like that. But today, since we're starting to get really close to race time, we're going to touch some 440 pace and do some VO2 work. So in the morning, that'll be 4 to 6 by 800 at 220, and in the evening we'll do a little 6-mile continuous session capped out at 520 pace. This is the first time that I'm touching VO2 in a while, and I feel really fit. I've been running like 98-mile weeks pretty consistently, but I'm excited to spin the legs for a little bit longer than 400 at that 440 pace, because ultimately, if you can run 440s smooth for long-ish reps up here, like that can translate to 15K half marathon at sea level. So we'll see how it goes. I'm super excited to spin the wheels a little bit. First Endurance. It would be great if this channel could get sponsored, by the way, just letting you know. So if anyone from First Endurance is watching. Probably halfway through the session, I think I'll switch into the Echo 3s. Right now, we're rocking the Cloud Boom Zone, warm up in the Surfer next. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun morning. Weather's pure and vibes are high, so let's do it. A couple of these are gonna suck towards the end. Heart rate's gonna get like probably 180, maybe higher. But I just haven't like touched that intensity in a while.
So my easy day pace.
Yeah, for you. Add in your heart rate graph, like
just on an easy day.
We're gonna do 3 by 400, so kind of like an enhanced warm up before the main set actually starts, which is the 4 to 6 by 800. But it's just to make sure that like we're actually like warm and ready to go, because it is like 6:45 a.m. and we want to be able to actually hit the 220s somewhat comfortably. Maybe they'll hurt, I don't know. We're just testing it out, but all right, let's get it rolling.
First rep analysis, how much is this gonna suck?
It actually won't be too bad. That was 69 and I went out hot.
I don't know, man, you're looking kind of washed.
Dude, every post-collegiate is like fighting to like just maintain shape. It's so weird. It's so much harder to train hard without people. First one. I'm impressed you can do that and hold it stable.
Oh, it's not even remotely stable.
All right, here we go, rep 2.
How are we feeling?
Actually not too bad.
Think it's gonna be 4 or 6 day?
Right now I'm thinking 5. We'll see how the 4th and 5th rep actually feel though. I think first 2, just starting to really get into it, but no, feeling smooth at 70s. So like the quarter sessions I was doing 2 and 3 weeks back are definitely paying dividends now, because I can run 70s for 800s up here, feeling pretty solid.
Hey bud, what are we doing?
changing in to a little bit faster shoe. Not by much, but basically going from plastic / nylon plate to carbon plate.
You know, only poor craftsmen blame their tools, right? What would you say to that?
Honestly, I can't think of a witty response right now.
Ah! Get played. Get a lower drop. Who taught you to tie your shoes?
Dude, honestly, I think it was my dad. I feel like I should know the answer to that, but I don't.
I think it was James.
Yeah, all right, dude. That's my brother, for those of y'all that don't know.
Younger, specifically.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Older brother was valid. Younger, not so much.
14 months. Basically the same.
I mean, you probably wore Velcro shoes up until
realistically
they beat it out of you.
Yeah, what were the best shoes back in the day? The light up shoes, the Velcro shoes, or the Heelys?
Heelys, bro.
Imagine if On dropped some Heelys.
Dude. Honestly, there were some Velcro Heelys for a while. Those kind of went hard.
Just all the attachments on it.
Bro got the overkill perk.
Yeah. Nice thing about the shoe change, you don't gotta jog a lap. You're about to hit your time already.
Quarter mentality. Go jog it anyway. No.
All right, 2 or 3 more. Depending on how we feel, will negatively impact the evening. Here we go.
All right, Judge, what's the verdict? One more or no?
I'll do one more, yeah. Feeling pretty solid, so.
What's the goal here?
It's just 220 again, but.
Well, what are we pricking? That's what I mean. Like, what's your goal lactate here?
I'm just setting it up for after the last one, but ideally, I think that if we can be like even 8, that would be solid. We want to know that we're like pushing and like producing energy here. So yeah, really anything above a 5 I'd be happy with. Now would I want it to be like over 10? Probably not. But yeah, really anything over 5. And I mean, feel over anything. I feel like I'm like hitting the right spot. Like I always say, you can be science guided, just not science driven, you know? So. Seven six.
Much better meme.
7.6. All right, cool down time. I think that was a good first morning session.
How's the recovery been after your morning session with the 7.6 prick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it went really well. It's just like felt super smooth. I mean, when I was tested back in July with Jared, I read like 7.7 millimole like for roughly that effort. So today, like being right in that pocket was like, it was really reassuring that, you know, I wasn't overworking. But whenever you're doing these sessions, or double sessions, sorry, whenever you have just 2 workouts on the same day, a lot of people don't really think about how much they actually need to eat in between the sessions and like how much of an emphasis you need to place on consuming carbs. So, I mean, lunch, rocket fuel, chicken and rice, you know, right at breakfast, 3 hard-boiled eggs, had some bread, and had a recovery mix that had 60 more grams of carbs. Just really trying to get as many carbs in as I can. And then obviously you want protein and healthy fats too, but whenever you're just running so many miles on a day like this, carbs are just so key. But yeah, ultimately it just helps you bounce back better in the days to come, because if you consistently underfuel, which a lot of runners do, athletes that we coach and just athletes that I see in general, they consistently underfuel, it'll lead to things like stress fractures or just general energy deficiency. And it can be solved so easily if you just just have a bag of yeah, these are oatmeal dark chocolate, like Heavenly Hunks from Costco, right? But you could be sitting doing your work in class, consume some of these, that's probably 40 grams of carbs right there. If you have a sandwich with lunch, those slices of bread, that'll probably get you to 60 something, depending on what you're eating. But no, carbs, and yeah, because I've done that, now I'm ready for the next session, which is going to be a 6-mile continuous at 5:20 pace as the cap. And yeah, no, it's a little hot. It's 86 degrees, but it'll be a good session. I'm excited for it.
16 grams a square. 3. That's
square?
Yeah.
How big are these squares?
Pretty big.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't show the audience, just
Oh.
yeah.
Here you go. I was thinking a quarter of that. But that's pretty big.
All the kids that were at camp, if they were at camp, they know how quickly those things disappeared in the house.
Dude, within a day.
It was ridiculous.
All right, so this is session number 2. We've got Chris Maxon here. He runs for Union Athletics Club, and he ran at Ole Miss. So we're fellow South Region competitors. I ran at Florida State, for those of you that don't know, before I ran at CU. But yeah, Chris is on a 9-day cycle right now, and he's got a session in the morning. But this is our second session, but it's nice to be able to mix up with some people. So we'll do a little bit of a 6-mile continuous, probably cap the pace at 5:20. And I don't know, Chris, probably start around 5:30 or so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So.
Yeah, second session of the day, and excited to wrap up a good day of training. So let's get into it. Let's roll into it.
Okay. Down and down. That was pretty good. I mean, it was 86 degrees in the session in the legs this morning, but yeah, held 5:19 for the whole thing. Had some ups, had some downs, averaged about 19, but no, there weren't any crazy spikes in effort, which I think when you're in the afternoon, that's the big thing to look for. Are you having a moment where it goes from a 6.5 to an 8.5 or a 9? And I feel we were probably floating around a 7.5, 7 the whole time, which, considering the weather right now, is great. Whenever the weather, whenever the temperature drops in a few weeks, I feel I feel like it'll reveal some fitness, especially for, even people in the South, I think that just goes for everybody. But, no, really good day. Super excited to have a good day like this 8 weeks out. So great day. Thanks for having me. Yeet. Little hotty toddy, or what does Pete say? What does Pete say?
I don't know if we have a group saying yet.
Something with the fire or something?
Oh. Light a fire. Like a dragon.
Union Athletics Club.
All right.
That's a wrap.